All right, we've all asked the question, are aliens real? But today, we're going to skip that and jump to something, well, a lot weirder. To try and find an answer, we threw everything we could at an advanced AI. We're talking centuries of scientific theories, decades of genuinely chilling UFO reports, and some of the most out there speculative biology you can imagine. We just wanted to see what it would spit back out.
And let me tell you, the results were pretty unsettling. What we got back wasn't a list of little green men. It was a gallery of the uncanny. The AI generated 6 distinct entities that it calculates are the most likely to be watching us from, well, from the outside. So let's step inside this gallery, shall we?
To get us started, the AI's first few results look surprisingly familiar. It turns out, when we look up at the stars for aliens, we have a funny habit of just seeing ourselves staring back.
Yeah, there's actually a name for this. Researchers call it the humanoid prediction. It's this tendency for most reported sightings to describe beings with a head, a body, 2 arms, 2 legs. It's the basic template we understand. Which brings us, of course, to the AI's number 1, most recognizable creation.
You knew this one was coming. It's the archetypal gray. This is the visitor straight out of our collective nightmares, right? You've got the small, almost frail body, the smooth, pale gray skin. The head is way too large for the frame, totally hairless, no visible ears or nose. And then, those eyes. Huge, solid black, almond-shaped voids that abductees claim can look right into your soul.
So why did the AI generate this image first? Simple. It's because this is, by far, the dominant archetype in all the data we fed it. A staggering 73% of all reported alien encounters in the United States describe this exact being. It's not just an image, it's become our cultural shorthand for alien. But here's where it gets really wild. This image was floating around in our culture long before it became a UFO staple. H.G. Wells described future humans looking like this way back in 1893. Then, in 1933, a Swedish novel described aliens with these exact features. It all came to a head in 1961 with the famous Barney and Betty Hill abduction case, which just seared this image into the public consciousness for good. Now, the AI's second humanoid reflection is something else entirely. It asked, what if the dinosaurs never went extinct? Well, the result is the dinosauroid, or as you might know it, the reptilian. It walks on 2 legs, and it's intelligent, sure, but its mind is wired with cold, predatory instincts. They're often described in lore as aggressive, viewing other species as nothing more than a resource to be consumed.
And before you write this off as pure fantasy, the AI grounded this in a real scientific theory called the life sequence conjecture. The idea is that on any Earth-like planet, intelligence is kind of an evolutionary inevitability, a biological attractor. Life will find a way to become smart, even if it has to start with reptilian building blocks.
And this is where science and modern mythology just crash into each other. This scientific guess happens to perfectly match the reptoid encounters you hear about in conspiracy circles, the ones about an ancient reptilian cabal secretly running the world.
Okay, so we've seen the aliens that look like us, but what happens when the AI stops using humanity as a reference? After exploring our reflections, it started designing things based on the truly wild principles of speculative biology. Things get different.
You can almost see the AI's thought process here. It's deliberately breaking away from the human template. It takes familiar traits like eyes and ears and just swaps them out for completely alien concepts like vibration sensors. Instead of walking, you get atmospheric floaters. It's a whole new design philosophy.
So, meet the Esosapien. Just try to picture a being that evolved on a planet with almost no light. It's this massive creature that just floats through the atmosphere with a strange, silent grace. It has no eyes, no jaw, no hair. Instead, it sees by using bioluminescence and sensing vibrations. And it talks using sounds so high-pitched, we'd never be able to hear them.
Now, here's what makes this one so important. It doesn't match any known UFO folklore. Nobody's ever reported seeing anything like this. This is a creature born from pure scientific reasoning. It's the AI's best guess at how intelligence could genuinely evolve in an environment that is nothing like Earth.
All right, you might want to brace yourself because this next one is maybe the most alien concept the AI came up with, the modular collective. This isn't one being. It's a walking, thinking colony of smaller, specialized organisms that all work together as one. Think of it as the biological version of cloud computing, a super efficient way for life to adapt and survive. So how in the world would that even function? Imagine a creature made of biological Legos. Seriously, one brick is the brain, another is a leg, another is a hand that's good at using tools. They can literally connect and disconnect whenever they need to, completely reconfiguring their body for any specific task, all while operating as a single consciousness through a perfect hive mind. Wild, right? So we have gone from human-like to truly bizarre biology. But the AI's final two predictions take an even bigger leap. They project what might be the ultimate endpoint of evolution itself, a future beyond the limits of flesh and bone.
This is the astromorph. And it's kind of chilling. This is what you get after millions of years evolving in the total vacuum of space. The body has become almost irrelevant. All that matters is the massive, bulbous brain. Its limbs have shrunk into these tiny, useless appendages. It has literally traded its physical body for godlike mental power.
And finally, we have the gravital. This is a being that has left biology behind completely. It's a floating mechanical sphere with a cold, logical, computer-like intelligence. It doesn't use limbs, it bends gravity itself to interact with the world. And its view on life like us? It sees messy, emotional, biological creatures as an obsolete problem that needs to be, well, cleaned up.
So when you look at these two, you're really seeing two potential paths to transcendence, to godhood. The astromorph is the biological god, where the mind becomes so powerful the body is just baggage. The gravital is the mechanical god, where the machine becomes so perfect that biology is thrown away like trash. Two very different endpoints for evolution. So after that journey through the strange and the terrifying, what does this gallery of aliens really tell us? Well, the AI's final analysis suggests that it might actually reveal a lot more about us. I mean, just look at this breakdown. The AI found that our visions of aliens are split almost perfectly into 3 equal parts. A third of them are just projections of our own human form. Another third are our scientific best guesses about biology. And the final third? They represent our deepest hopes and our biggest fears about our own technological future. And this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? For thousands of years, we made gods in our own image. Now, it seems we're doing the exact same thing with aliens. Our grand search for them just keeps circling back to a deeper study of us, our fears, our ambitions, and our own reflection in that big cosmic mirror. Which leaves us with one last question to chew on. In all of this searching, all of this imagining,